A lot of public figures have tried to discredit the climate change movement and awareness because of political agenda or simply not having enough knowledge and understanding about science.
So Obama's talking about all of this with the global warming and that, and a lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax. I mean, it's a money-making industry, okay? It's a hoax.
Jasper? Jasper, put the blanket up.
There is also a new girl trending on YouTube that is anti-Greta Thunberg. She is now part of the Heartland Institute. And this institute is not only known for trying to discredit scientific research that proved the harms caused by secondhand smoking, but they also attempted to tie in terrorism with the climate change movement.
But you might also be reading about a fellow teenager making a name for herself in the political world, one who's set to take the stage at CPAC. Let's bring in Naomi Zeit. She's a 19-year-old from Germany whose willingness to ask questions has earned her a spot at CPAC tomorrow.
Well, it's mostly that there is so much fear-mongering going on about this entire climate change propaganda that is being put out there. And I hate to see so many young people especially panicking about climate change, about a topic that they haven't even done their research about. Because many young people, they claim to know a lot about the science, but they really don't.
Last month was the warmest June on record.
By the weekend, at least 14 states are expected to break temperature records.
This June heat wave will possibly break previous national all-time records.
In fact, Germany recorded its highest ever June temperature on Wednesday.
Water availability is becoming less predictable in many places, and increased incidences of flooding threatens to destroy water points and sanitation facilities and contaminate water sources. Water is the primary medium through which we will feel the effects of climate change.
So you would say this is a moment to listen to climate science?
I think this 50 inches of, I can't even picture 50, how many raindrops is that? 50 inches of rain in Houston. This is a shot across our bow. A hurricane the width of Florida going up the center of Florida. These are shots across our bow. At what will it take for people to recognize that a community of scientists are learning objective truths about the natural world and that you can benefit from knowing about it? Even news reports on this channel talked about the fact that we have fewer deaths per hurricane. Why? Because you now know weeks in advance. We have models that have trajectories of hurricanes. In decades gone by, it was like, there's a hurricane there, we don't know, should I stay, should I go? And then you stay and you die, okay? So to cherry pick science, it's an odd thing for a scientist to observe.
We are currently being force-fed a very dystopian agenda of climate alarmism that tells us that we as humans are destroying the planet and that the young people especially have no future, that the animals are dying, that we are ruining nature. I truly believe that many members of Antifa... I don't want you to panic. I want you to think.
We are now going to give you some tips you can do at home to reduce your water usage. By taking shorter showers, you can save between 6 and 45 liters per minute, depending on the type of shower you have. Dishwashers use a lot of water per load, so we should only start the dishwasher once the load is full, and not when there are only 2 or 3 dishes inside. Brushing your teeth after you wet your toothbrush. Make sure you turn off the tap instead of letting the water run. This can save up to 6 liters of water per minute.
Global warming is accelerating at an alarming rate, and water is going to be one of the things that it affects the most. global warming is really important to know and to understand for us to do something about how to prevent it, how to make sure we don't contaminate more than we need to, and to save water, because that's something that is going to be inevitably scarce in the future if we continue to live in this trend.